Okay, so my friend said to push P, O, okay, I, L, K, and J all at the same time. Oh, yes. Oh, my. Now we're talking. Look. Oh, yes. A blizzard is just moving through the bar. No problem. Don't worry about it. Oh, does it just let you do it forever? Good. Good to know we have this here in case we ever get too hot. Now, on with business. Ah, boss. You're back. Yeah, sorry about not being here earlier. What were you doing? Oh, you know, just wrestling an alligator that had eaten a bear. I had a brief meeting with my BTC regional manager. Everything alright? As alright as it can be, considering that we're closing eventually. When will that happen? I don't know. Brian said that we'll be for sale for a few months while the paperwork is filled and everything's being put in order. Oh. I was also talking to him about you. About me? Yeah, I was telling him to do whatever it takes to ensure you don't spend too much time without a job. If possible, to reassign you as soon as possible after closing. Hey, if it helps, Brian might be the angriest of us all. They want to close the only bar in the whole area that hasn't given me any headaches, he said. That's amazing, honestly. What about Gil? He's the one that worries me the most, actually. He's kind of working using the credentials of another guy that was working here before. Who? The one who bought a levitation potion and then threw himself off a building. Ah yes, the levitation potion story. You use weird euphemisms, boss. Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Anyway, I find it hard to believe that Gil will find a job after all this. Just who is Gil? I'm right here, just so you know. I have an idea of who he is, but I'm still putting pieces together. Anyway, back to work. Imminent closure is no excuse to slack off. Yes, sir? You guys do know I can hear you, right? This place looks familiar. Oh my. The eye, it moves. In a manner not unlike a vinyl record. Excuse me, is this the VA-11 Hall A bar? It is indeed. Welcome to Valhalla. Oh god, what is Say planning now? Excuse me? I want a drink whose name was changed after many women protested. Can you get me that? Sure. Alright, that's a little obscure, but I can do it. Bam. Here you go. Very nice, thanks a lot. So you know Say, miss. I'm Stella Hushi, my pleasure. Yeah, I know her. She's been here before, yes. Yeah, in fact, I'm glad to know her. I'm glad you know her because she left this here last night. Oh god, she left her helmet behind again? Not the first time. Her helmets have been picked up by all sorts of people in the last 3 months. Valets, nurses, morticians, fire jugglers. Well, she's been lucky enough to always leave it with people who return it at least. Whoa, quite a few people. Say's as much of a sociable girl as she is a total klutz. At least when she's not being serious. She's very competent when she puts her mind to it. Kinda have trouble imagining it. So did she recommend you this place? We're meeting here today. I can see why she chose this place. It's the kind of place she likes. Absolutely horrible. Say, is that Kira Miki's autograph on that glass? Seems like the glass is a conversation starter. Nice. Yeah, it is. How did you get it? Well, you see, this is how one typically acquires an autograph, right? The person writes it down. She stopped here yesterday, just before the concert. Really? Look at those ears perk up. I mean, she did? Yeah, nice girl. Can I see it? Sure. Yep, this star-like signature is hers. I'm just gonna imagine she actually just draws a star. So your name's Jill, then? Yes. Ain't this nice? Here you go. Do you like her, Miss Stella? Just call me Stella. I do. Whenever you hear her songs, you're filled with so much energy and happiness. Too bad I couldn't purchase tickets for this one. I mean, they were sold out in minutes. Luckily, I could secure a couple for the next time she comes around. Oh, excuse me for a second. Hello? Where the hell are you? Let me move exactly 3 feet to the right. Car crash? Oh, you're helping. Will it take long? Alright. Yeah, don't worry. I take it that was say, how many people died? Will you wait for her? I will. In the meantime, I feel like having another drink. One that was prepared in memory of its creator's dearest friend. Alright. Ma, you certainly know some obscure facts about alcohol, don't you? Bam! Is this the one you had in mind? Yes, exactly. Thank you. May I ask you something that might be personal? It isn't about my eye, is it? No, it's not, or at least I don't think so. I mean, how can you not know? I don't get to serve many cat boomers. What a name. So it's something I've been curious about. Did you go through the procedure because of a disease or because of the fad? Before I was born, I was diagnosed with nanomachine rejection. Interesting that can be diagnosed. So it had to be done, otherwise I would have died shortly after birth. I'm a bit on the weak side because of it, though. I'm sorry if I overstepped. I don't mind. It's always nice to dispel the idea that my parents were just into the fad. You seem to know your drinks, Jill. Well, I guess I've read a bit more than the recipe book. Total lie. Absolute lies. Do you like alcohol? Yeah, but not in the usual way. I don't drink that much outside of canned beer. But their colors, their stories, the way you need to keep them stored, their designs... It sounds a bit silly when I say it out loud. Not at all. Do you collect them or anything like that? Actually, yeah, I started with my grandpa's collection and I've been slowly growing it. It's been hard because of my debts, but I managed little by little. Do you like alcohol, Stella? I mean, she knows a lot of very obscure facts. I'm here, right? But I'm normally more of a social drinker, unless it's with someone I don't tend to drink much. I see. Sorry I'm late. Welcome. She looks really out of place suddenly. I didn't really think it at the time, but suddenly she looks like she doesn't quite fit. Say, that is. Yeah, sorry. I got caught in rush hour traffic too and figured walking might be faster. Luckily, there was a building with emergency stairs nearby and I climbed down. Climbed down? Took an air cab. I would suggest using around ground transportation, but I'm happy to see you put safety first. Safety? No, I just jumped out and hoped for the best. I still don't understand how they don't give you motion sickness. The motion sickness is what I was about to say. If I find out how I avoided it, you'll be the first to know. Anyway, I'll have whatever she orders next. I'd like a drink that was... You're at it again, you and your cryptic orders, always leaving us with weird stuff. Hey, I expect only the best from whoever serves me. They need to be able to answer these kinds of orders. Why? Why though? Still, I'm sure you're wearing poor Jill out here with that kind of stuff. She's done quite well so far, actually. Really? Thank you. Well, you see, I've got the recipe book right here, and it has a little blurb for every drink, so... Whatever, please order something normal, would you? That'll be 2 fringe weavers, then. You'll have 2 drinks at once? No, we're sharing. What, like half a glass for each? Isn't it better if it's 1 for each? I mean, okay, whatever. You know, alright. What'd she want? There you go, 2 fringe weavers. So... This one's for you, and this one's for me. You said you wanted whatever I asked for, right? Oh, that way. You could have said so earlier. Who could have possibly inferred this? Oh yeah, here. Hey, so this is where I left my helmet. Thanks. You really need to be more careful with your things. You never know when it might get stuck on someone's head, and then what are you gonna do about it? Yeah, but I have spares. Those spares should be saved for when the one you're using breaks or malfunctions, not when you lose it. Those helmets cost money, you know? I mean, it's like a square of metal with a hole in it. So it can't be that expensive, though, considering the rapid inflation in the future. Should I say that boss got her head stuck because of a jammed button? Probably not. Speaking of money, you still going to that meeting at the bank tomorrow? Yep. You worried? I'll refrain for now. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. Don't be. It'll be fine. Rumors are just rumors, except for when they're not. They say something might happen at the bank tomorrow. Oh, is that the terrorist thing that I read about? But with all the tension in the air lately, it's hard to know if it's true. As if the fear-mongering wasn't enough, the people have also started spreading baseless rumors. Just yesterday, I had to stop a group of rampaging youngsters that heard the city would be leveled by bombs. See, there, I mean, that's an interesting reaction. It's gonna get bombed, so rather than leave, I'll just trash the place before they arrive, you know? I know you're worried, but I have to go there. It's orders from the higher-ups. Tell me something. If somebody came after me, do you think they'd stand a chance? You're quite strong. There is no way. There is a 0% chance this woman is actually quite strong. Look at that arm. That arm is not exactly packed with muscle. I know this guy named Jamie, though, right? He could help. I'll take something to protect myself, be prepared for anything, as I'd hope someone in the police military would, you know. Maybe. I'll tell you what, after I come back, we'll get some ice cream. That way you can vent all your frustrations. Alright. Like, do you two want me to leave you alone? Like, do you want to get a room? Seems my vehicle is here to pick me up. You coming, say? Nah, I'll stay here a bit longer. What a fantastic meeting. Okay then, take care. Bye. She's such a worrywart. That means she cares about you. I've never doubted. Say, why does my helmet smell like bacon? Well, you see. Quick, we gotta think of a lie. Right, so, the boss didn't get her head stuck in it, right? But she was eating bacon out of it, like, as a cereal, right? There we go, perfect. Well, you know how some things absorb the smell of what's nearby? Metal is known to do this, of course. It must have grabbed it from one of the ingredients. I see. Yeah, because if you look over here, you'll see right next to the gin, we have strips of fucking bacon. Do you believe all that stuff about tension growing and that anarchist... Do you believe all that stuff about tensions growing and that anarchist... Do you believe all that stuff about tensions growing and that anarchist group trying to disband the White Knights? To tell you the truth, I am a bit worried. Even in my division, there's some shady business going on, but I don't want to investigate too deeply. What kind of business? Oh, whoops, did not mean to do that. From what I understand, things like working with human traffickers or Jesus Christ, okay, letting them act as they wish. I thought, like, you know, I was way more corrupt than that. Some even say the ones that do get apprehended are the ones that have failed them in some way. Stella always says the White Knights are just glorified mall security. She says that if it's been proven beyond a doubt that some shady business is going on, Zaibatsu Corp's main branch would separate themselves from the whole White Knight division. Something about the Associates' fear of bad PR resulting in them moving to the BTC. Sounds plausible. Yeah, it kinda worries me though, because I really like my job. And I guess a similar fear exists among the upper ranks. Lately they seem restless. Too much politics, huh? It hurts my brain. I just want to rescue people and help them. And you know, it's all gone to shit, like, the White Knights are all corrupt, England left the EU, the politics are very complicated. What are you doing at the bank tomorrow? My colonel needs me to relay some information to the manager because phones don't fucking exist. And I was picked because he trusted me. Well, he said you're such a simpleton that you'd never give the wrong message, but it's his intention that counts, Jesus Christ. Uh-oh. Finally, the Dorothy has come back to Valhalla. Please refrain from doing those sitcom-like entrances, you're disturbing other clients. Yeah, she looks really upset about it. Oh, come on, you know the audience would have gone wild with that one, as, you know, as they do. And besides, you make it sound like you have a full house. It's uncommon to see you here 2 days in a row. I wanted to grab something before starting my shift. Grab something before they start grabbing me, you could say. I'm still have the body of a 13-year-old. Oh, whoops. Hey, you're having a drink. Can I buy you one? Don't do these things. Why, yes, thank you. Honey, you should follow her example and offer me drinks more often. We'll see. What are you having? I'll have what she's having, because I have no independence. Then I've got the perfect thing. Let's have a blue fairy. One for both? One for each? Alright. Bam. 2 fairies. Hey, this is pretty good. See? And it's a blue, like your hair. A blue. Multiple blues. It is? So what's your name, sweetie? Call me Say. Alright, Say. I'm Dorothy. I'm going to hit on you relentlessly now. I mean, it's kind of creepy because I have the body of a 13-year-old. Yes, yes. Say. Yes, yes. Say. Say. Say, why did you just buy me a drink? I just thought you were cute as a button, so I wanted to invite you to join me. Wow, you have to be the first person to offer me a drink without having an ulterior motive. And that includes fuckboy over there. What do you mean? Trust me, when you work in my kind of field, you learn to read cues from everything. And this girl is simple to a fault. Well, we were just talking about how she was a simpleton. How so? You're the what you see is what you get type. That look on your face is of one that simply sees no point in lying. Coupled with the fact that you're here in what looks like your work attire tells me that you're so married to your job that sex is too far down your priority list to notice its existence. So, if you invited me to a drink because you found me cute and that's the extent of it, I believe you. Thank you. Okay. If you say so. You say she's the first one, but what about Deal giving you a ticket the other day? Who? Oh yeah, the little one with dogs. No, he doesn't count. He looked like a humanoid mat. Wow. Fucking brutal. Jesus. Fuck, I know. Chill the fuck out, Dorothy. You seem very perceptive, Dorothy, but I'm not too far behind. How so? I can tell your body is heavily modded with things you shouldn't even have. Your tongue is a BEB069 with DNA scanning capabilities. Your skin is coated with an anti-radiation finish. How the fuck can you tell that? Your joints are of the premium, extra flexible variety. Oh god. And the most important thing, your hands. What about them? I don't know how modded your body is under your clothes. The tongue, joint, and skin are merely interesting, but your hands are the Myrid 113 of Realta Industries, a model designed to shoot Class 5 bullets from its fingertips. So, Clause G of Article 17 in the Augmentations and Modification Laws on the topic of ballistic augmentation. Any humanoid or sapient creature under civilian designation that has upgraded any of its person to hold firearms of Class 3 grade or higher will either be commissioned for disarmament or sent to danger zones. What are you gonna do? Nothing. I'm not in law enforcement, even though I'm technically in law enforcement. I just do rescue, and even if I was, I'm not on duty right now. Oh, serve and protect. I want to know, though, why go through with that upgrade? A girl's gotta take care of herself, you know, especially when she works as a, escort. I want to be able to deal with things if they get ugly, and this is the most discreet mod I have. Or at least I thought so. Oh, yeah. Okay then, can I give you some advice? I guess? The reason I could tell it's not your default hand model is your fingertips. The tips are a little bigger to make the cannons fit. You could get a small mod that changes them into disposable tips. Assuming they're being used for self-defense and not regular use, of course. I see. Well, I've gotta go. Yes. Another thing. If you aim for the arms or legs once in self-defense, anything more is assault. Yeah. Bye, Dorothy. Bye, Jill. Bye-bye. Please come again. Oh, God. Chill out. Oh, God. Dorothy. No. I thought she was going to take me away. They would put my mind on a vacuum cleaner for 3 years. 2 if I behave well. That's what happens when you underestimate people. Although I'm tempted to ask. About what? DNA reading time. I mean, I know why, Jill. I've already figured this one out. Very prehensile, intuitive. It vibrates. Extra flexible joints. Do you really need to ask? Anti-radiation coating? Hey, my skin's my first tool of the trade. I need to take care of it as much as possible. It makes it feel so soft no matter how much it's been battered. Oh, well, alright then. So, you fancy yourself a diviner reading people and all? Not really, I'm just quite good at reading people. Oh, well, yeah, okay. I guess it's a byproduct of dealing with so many people on a daily basis, all of them excessively creepy. It's a bit surreal to hear that from a Lilum, especially one like, you know... What can you say about me, then? Let's see. You're very, very, very sexually frustrated. It's not the act itself, but rather that your partners can't seem to satisfy you on a deeper level. There's an even deeper frustration. Something happened that's blocking you. Maybe there's someone who you know won't return your feelings. Maybe you were hurt in the past. Thus, your demeanor is that of someone who feels like life is playing tricks on her. Like a dog whose owner never really throws the ball, if you catch my drift. Oh boy, did I actually hit the nail on the head? I was just making this stuff up on the fly. All of that was just rubbish, I say, because it's right 80% of the time. Generic bullshit, if you will. You'd be surprised at the amount of sexual frustration people hold. I mean, you'd know. I can't read you, honey. You're too good at putting on a professional face. But this definitely gives me more insight to you. Lucky. Aren't you late for something? I am, but if you'd let me satisfy your frustrations, I could stall for some time. Go. Fine. Bye-bye, honey. Artificial intelligence has come rather far, eh? One wonders how artificial it remains. Shut up, fuckboy. Jesus Christ. Everything done? Yeah. Hey, boss. This might seem random, but... do you remember the first time I came to the bar? When you came to submit your contract, yeah? Why? Well, for some reason I've been hung up on it since this morning, and I just realized why. The visage that welcomed me back then was Gil, trying to pull your hand out of a jar. Oh yeah, that. I can't remember what exactly, but something fell inside and I tried to retrieve it, and I just, turning it upside down to tip it out was out of the question. I just kind of put my hand in and it got stuck. It was a friend's jar, too, so I couldn't just pray. What the fuck? That's an incredibly surreal sentence. Hey, Gil, how did you get my hand out of that jar? A straw and some butter. Oh, yeah, clever solution. Yeah, and that brings me to the random thought. That incident, the helmet yesterday, the many times your foot got stuck on something for stomping it. Boss, why do you get stuck in so many different things, if you catch my drift? Huh. Now that you mention it, I remember this one time she tried to eat a big sandwich and her jaw got stuck. Fucking hell, boss. Then there was the incident with the TV. Oh, I'll admit my fault with the others, but the TV incident was not my fault. The assembly instructions for that stand should have labeled their Z and S better. You saw what happened when I switched the S2 piece with the 5Z one. Still, Jill's onto something here. Yes, she is. Now go clean the dishes and you can leave for today. I like to think she'll make an effort now to avoid getting stuck in things. We already know she has no self-control. I want to believe. Everything will turn out alright in the end, don't worry.